Welcome fans of Fate Grand Order. I am Avon, you are watching FGO Tips, and today we are talking about Nero Fest, particularly Exhibition Fight number 6. Gilgamesh is here and he's not messing around. He's only going to get stronger and stronger as the fight goes on, so let's do our best to make this one as quick as possible. Act 6, the oldest hero, will look pretty familiar to start. The first 2 rounds feature 3 archer enemies each, and in the 3rd round we'll be facing off against Gilgamesh all on his own. Gilgamesh with 1.5 million hit points. Behold the King of Kings, who insisted that all of the hit points belong to him. But lest you think him selfish, he also has a pair of gifts for you at the start of the round. Number 1. Every single servant, starting members and sub-members, will have their NP gauges reduced to 0%. And number 2. Every single servant, starting and sub-members, will have their NP strength debuffed for 10 turns. And since it would be rude to return a gift, the NP strength debuff cannot be removed. Isn't that so nice of him? What's more, he doesn't want anything from you in return, so you can probably forget about trying to debuff him. His resistance is off the charts. But before you go getting any thoughts about building a stalling party to wait out the debuff, you should know that Gil is going to cast a 20-turn attack buff on himself every turn. A buff which will continue to stack until he becomes a monster, capable of killing any servant with a single attack. It is in your best interest to end this fight as soon as possible. So how can we do that? Well, Noble Phantasms are going to be nerfed, so you're going to want to rely on other sources of damage as much as possible. Class advantage is going to be key, and Lancers that can generate and take advantage of crit stars are going to be crucial in bringing down Gil. Skahak is a prime choice for this role. Primeval Ruin serves as a buff for quick cards, allowing you to enhance her performance or anyone else who serves the role as crit star generator. And Wisdom of Dunscaith has an 80% chance to boost her crit damage and her crit star absorption, allowing her to really take advantage of all the stars you'll be generating. Add to this her God Slayer ability, which can boost her damage against divine enemies like Gil by up to 100%, and a single target NP with a 500% chance to inflict stun, and you have the makings of a premium Lancer. If you're missing Skahak like I am, my second choice for this role is Tamamo Lancer. Beachflower boosts team attack, and crit star generation for males in case you decided to bring help generating stars along. And Goddess Metamorphosis grants her increased crit star generation, crit damage, and invincibility for a turn. Just watch out for the stun that comes 1 turn later as a demerit. Tamamo's NP is also pretty handy, given the overcharge effect, which will provide a damage boost between 150 and 200% against males. If you don't have either of those, and you can't secure one from a friend, you might be able to try your luck with Ku instead. His evade and guts will be super helpful for a while, but you still want to finish off Gil as quick as possible. For support, you do have the option of bringing a dedicated star generator, but honestly Skahak and Tamamo can do a reasonable job of it on their own. If you want though, consider someone like Jack, who can increase quick card effectiveness, and is just a crit star factory in general. Or someone like Cursed Arm Hassan, who has a crit star creation skill and a crit star generation buff. Just be careful, since they both have a high crit star absorption rate as well, and you don't want to starve your Lancer. Helena is another possibility thanks to her Mahatma skill, which will generate 5 stars every turn for 5 turns, and her relatively low star absorption rate. A strong alternative to bringing a servant for this role is to use CEs like Fragment of 2030, Holy Maiden leading Chaldea, His Rightful Place, or any of the others which generate crit stars each turn. The 5-star Here's Your Honor appearing in the Nero Fest banner is a perfect example. For the other support slots, consider Hans a strong candidate. Not only does he have high speed incantation to help his NP gauge, and an NP that buffs and heals the entire party, he also has Innocent Monster to generate crit stars and Human Observation to increase the party's crit damage. Waver, as always, is a strong option as well, for NP gain, defense up, damage cut, attack buffs, and of course a 3-turn crit damage buff for up to 50%. And if you're lacking survivability, Mashu is fantastic for defense, damage cuts, invincibility, and taunt. Whatever you do, make sure your Lancer stays alive and continues pounding Gil as hard as possible. If you can manage that, then you'll soon find yourself face to face with the eponymous host of the festival herself. Next time, one final video for one final fight. In the meantime, Don't forget the rest of Nero Fest going on. Surely those tournament fights are pretty simple compared to this, but have you collected enough medals yet? I picked up the things I needed most from the shop, but there's still a ton of things left. I haven't had the time to use as many apples as I wanted so far. I hope you're getting everything you need though. Best of luck, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.